the very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico di Cabia Mapuni, Chineke, and son of the Ishala, Nina Cosa Hanso, Nana Jama, Nana Faros, Obanana, all the then saw no one in and he went out of his Tahara put the and you were not young. Because you will make a difference with your source and you will not but you know what? I would like you to believe that someone Ekpa is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look with you. After I return to Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I will do in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico di Cabia Mapuni, Chineke, and son of the Ishala, Nina Cosa Hanso, Nana Jama, Nana Faros, Obanana, all the then saw no one in and he went out of his Tahara put the and you were not young. Because you will make a difference with your source and you were not But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
So you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. All the state government brought them in. Are you deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Ohaji, you come to everybody, you come to Agule, you come to Ebo, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to share money, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, we take our oil, we take our gas, we take our manpower, we take everything, our VAT, our tax and pay. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport to Niger. Refinery to Niger. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You're not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of the newspaper to give the world the giving impression that everything is okay. When things go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then come back and say Nigeria is one. You must stay inside. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I'm a Democrat, I'm subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Ekpa Kanu to President Biden. In it, Ekpa said, come and help us fight terrorism, in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep plotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said it because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not people. When I say it, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of them are people. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand. They don't understand. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. Of David, from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue, because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me. O Lord, you will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon. That's why you cannot abandon. Biafra can never be abandoned, because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are not upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore we pray. Ise, Ise, He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. As these days, I look at you and I laugh at you. In the time of the ancients, once there is, a whiff of a word that this family that they give birth to thieves, believe you me, all of that name, that lineage, you will die a natural death, because nobody will agree to marry into that family, and nobody will come there to take their daughters. That's how we are as a people. An ex-419, a murderer and a killer, was installed in Imo State, and he had the temerity. Nobody told him about what has gone before, that you don't come outside to challenge the will of God. Everything IPOB does is the will of God Almighty in heaven. That is why we pray the way we do. That is why we comport ourselves the way we do. That is why we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why we are without blemish, insofar as the restoration of Biafra is concerned. Without blemish, I'm telling you. That is why everything I say comes to pass. That is why everything that IPOB touches turns into gold. That is why we are unstoppable. That is why, despite the fact that politicians do not support us, despite the fact that all the so-called money bags do not support us, today we are the largest, most potent mass movement anywhere on earth. We are formidable. Chineke na mere mebere. IPOB. IPOB is a spirit. When you provoke us, we turn into monsters. But in the main, we are peace-loving people, because we are the children of God Almighty in heaven. Without God, how can we be where we are today? I ask you. With nothing. That today we give a command and the whole world stands still. Do you think it is us that is doing it? It is God Almighty in heaven, using us as instruments to make the manifestation of his will upon the lives of his children a reality in their time. That's exactly what we are doing. IPOB is a monster, I'm telling you. I commend all of you. All of you, I commend each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. We are doing that which is right before God Almighty in heaven and the sons of men on this very earth. There was the only people that actually did something decent. The decent coverage was by Vanguard newspaper. I think it's one correspondent. Is called name again. I think a lot of them put this very piece together. Many of them. I think Vincent Ujumadu, Festus Ahon, Chidi Wapara, Chinonsa Lozio, Gochupu, Steve Oko is there, Ikeku Oduchinedu, Adon, all of them, Chimobi Wiwu, Wabwezi Okonkwo, they went out onto the streets to ask questions. Because in the morning of this very, this historic lockdown, not sit at home, lockdown of Biafra land yesterday, they sought permission to say, please, if we move about to, we said to them, as long as you're a journalist, nothing's going to happen to you. Go and ask questions. And they did. They did. Let me give you a few headlines as to what Biafrans did yesterday. The zoo is still in a shock. That was why some people hurriedly were putting their propaganda together. 4 ESN operatives killed, arms recovered, all these idiots. Even some fools used the name of Professor Akintoye to be writing rubbish, thinking I will respond to it. I know that's what Tinubu is doing. That's the way they operate. They think they can use the media to hoodwink and bamboozle all of us. They don't know that we're in a media age, and this generation is very, very savvy. They can discern, they can understand, they can interpret. Socio-economic activities paralyzed in Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra, Abia, Asaba, and Rivers. Which are you listening? You know, sometimes I wonder what Yoruba journalists gain by being mischievous and evil. There are some professions that doesn't actually suit black people. Any profession in this life that requires you to use your conscience to work for the benefit of humanity, a black person should not be occupying that position. I will enumerate later on. For the first time, Omoahia, the streets were empty. Omoahia, where I come from, is known for their stupidity and idiocy. Arguably one of the most un-Biafran and idiotic set of people on the face of this very earth. The Ibeku that I come from, very foolish. Most of you don't know that Agu Ironsi is an Ibeku man. It's from my clan. Do you know that? Do you know that the first general in the history of Nigeria, if not the whole of Africa, I mean battlefield general, not quota general, the person, the people that gave Ironsi his generalship were white people, not blacks. White. Oyibo. Ironsi was a battlefield general, not quota general. Agree. The first general, the first indigenous commander of the Nigerian army is from Ibeku, my clan, my village. Or should I say my mother's village in Duma? It's from Omwana. Ibeku. We produced the first military head of state, the first general ever, battlefield general, even general before the zoo became an independent flag, independent enclave of the British. And that Ibeku, if you ask them to sit at home, they'll be talking rubbish. That is why they were ignored. History forgot about them. It's my land, yes. History forgot about them completely because of their idiocy and stupidity. Umuahia is the land that produced Dr. Michael Obara. The same way Umuahia produced Ironsi, Umuahia produced Dr. Michael Obara. The man, according to Harvard Review, not black paid newspaper or magazine, according to Harvard Review, the fastest growing economy in the world, the man that made it possible. It was Obara's miracle, economic miracle, that frightened Britain. That was why they organized the first coup, so that they can slaughter us. That man is from Umuahia. The only black man in the history of the world to grow the economy of his region faster than any other economy in the world, including USA, including Britain, including Japan, everybody else. Number one in the world is from Umuahia. Yet if you ask Umuahia, they don't even know who they are. That's why they are foolish. But I think yesterday they came back to their senses, and I commend them. Of course, Abba is always there. Abba and Onisha, how can I forget? Abba and Onisha. I salute them immensely. And they say better late than never. Enugu did very well, and I commend them. Ebonyi, of course, was there too. Enugu did, except people were lamenting. After my program yesterday morning, people started calling and lamenting. Some were calling my lawyers and lamenting and saying, how can he say this thing about Enugu? Enugu is complying. All we want is total compliance everywhere, because Biafra doesn't belong to me. I'm only preaching the gospel that heaven asked me to preach. Biafra is your own. You are fighting for a better future for your children, away from the horrible torment of Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate. Biafra is yours. It doesn't belong to me. When we ask you to sit at home, you must comply. It's for your own good and the good of your children. Today, haven't you heard that the whole world is reverberating to the success that was recorded? We are the very best of the best. And I must commend Governor Obiano for building the cenotaph. He built it last year. I think it was last year he built it, but this year, you know, our people, you know, Biafrans, everything takes time. Everything takes time. I'm sure in the next 2-3 years, if this tradition continues, the whole world, only then will the world recognize that there was genocide against us. So you don't know that? If you don't say you're somewhere, nobody will quote you that you're there. We cannot be going around and saying to the world, a great injustice was done to Biafra, or Zemen, when you yourself, you're not doing anything about it. Days like yesterday is what will bring to the fore the level of injustice and mayhem visited upon Biafran people. Only then will the world consider Biafra genocide as being worthy to be mentioned in the book of those that have been killed unjustly in the history of man. I said it yesterday and I want to say it again today that I'm commending Governor Willie Obiano, Ugwuanyi, Ikpeazu, Umahi, and Okowa of Delta State. Very, very critical. That I commend them because of the role that they played. Everybody got together and made sure that this happened. Imo State was not locked down. Thank you, my dear brother. It was chained. I claim Imo State chained. Apple. Imo State was chained. That whole way was chained. No army, no police, nobody, no bagger there to move. On that chain, lock and key. Over the municipality, on that chain, they couldn't come out. I don't care why they did what they did, even if it, after all, man's daily existence is politics itself. I don't care why the governors decided to change their minds, but we welcome it all the same. If they do the right thing, of course, we will commend them. We sat at home and I commend each and every one of you. Nobody should give any time to that idiot. Well, he now owns Channels TV. Every two days he will appear on channels. He will pay them money and they'll be writing rubbish about him. He was ranting as usual. After snorting cocaine and drinking Hennessy, his vocal cords all gone. A lawyer who doesn't know the meaning of the rule of law. Talking like somebody who maybe, you know, anything is possible these days. You know that men can become pregnant. Are you aware of that? Do you know that men can become pregnant these days? Go and search for it. I won't say you Google it. I'll say go and search for it. Maybe use Bing search engine. Don't use Google because they've been bought over by the zoo as well. Go and search and you'll see it. Men can become pregnant. Maybe Wiki had a miscarriage. You know. Anyway, I know that love is very strong. His love for Tambuwal, you know, outweighs his identity and ethnicity. That is why he's always ranting and talking like a fool. Who cannot, a man who sits on a chair like a woman. Oh dear me. I have said it before that any profession that requires men to fall back on their conscience when making decisions is not for black people. Why am I saying what I'm saying? In the zoo, before you can pass your exams, the lecturer must sleep with you. Is that not correct? Am I correct? Or you have to pay them bribe. Is that not correct? Is that not correct? It is only in Africa that pastors own private jets. The Pope, who is the richest religious figure in the world, has no jet. Africa houses the poorest countries in the world, but their pastors, they have private jets. An anomaly. They call it blessing. Any profession that requires men to use their conscience is not for black people. How about judges in a law court? In the zoo, they have two judgments. If you bring brown envelope, they give you a favorable judgment. That's what they do. Isn't it? Black people. How about journalism? Apart from Dele Giwa and a few other bright people, maybe now Dele Momodu, because he has seen the light, has seen the truth. Apart from Dele Giwa and now another Dele Momodu, maybe, if he can keep it up and continue to be consistent. The rest, are they journalists? Maybe once in a while. Or let me focus on the editors, not the journalists themselves, the editors. What you have in the zoo is journalism. Channels TV was interviewing Wike live. Channels TV is aware that Igbo was on lockdown. They saw the pictures and they saw the videos. Instead of to ask the man, how come parts of River State was on lockdown? He said, I said, we are not part of them. IPOB cannot come here and tell us what to do. But I did. And they listened to me. They didn't listen to you. They didn't listen to you. Did they? You want me to send you the pictures and the videos? Please, people should send it on Twitter and tag him so he can see it. Pictures and videos of Igbo, especially that idiot that went to a bank asking for the bank to open. And the bank said that we cannot open. There is an order, a sit at home. Send that video to Weekend to Channels TV. You know what I'm going there. Not you think if you appear so many times on Channels TV to impress your lover, Tambual, somehow they will believe you? Is that what you think? During referendum, you are talking like a drunken fool. During referendum, you only have one vote. Me, Nnamdi Kanu, only one single vote. Do you want Biafra to be free or do you want to remain in Nigeria? Simple. That day you cast your vote. Only one vote you will cast. You little demon. Idiots like you. After maybe 2 years, you come down there. Then it goes in here, if we don't get you before then. I say it out in the open. I don't hide it. You went, that as I've been saying, I want to go to Hague. I want to be tried in a law court anywhere in the world where all the facts about the zoo, all the nonsense you fools have been doing will be brought to public knowledge. That day, the whole world will know what you've been up to. Mad people. You remember there was a time even African referees were not allowed to referee any match because they are corrupt. As black people for you. I don't want to spend time educating Channels TV and the wannabe Hitler Wike on how Rivers was created, but I'll just touch upon it very briefly. Wike, I want you to understand that Rivers State, go to Wikipedia. After Rivers State, you will see a bracket. There, inside it is Igbo, IGBO, for information. Maybe tomorrow you pay them to change it. Oh, dear me. You were created in 1967. 27th of May, 1967, you were created. Remember what I told you people about Children's Day, 27th of May. Some of you don't know these things, but I will teach you. Children's Day that you are celebrating coincides with the day that River State was created. That was the day that the Eastern Consultative Assembly gave Ojukwu the mandate to declare Biafra. That same day, the British intelligence got wind of it through BBC correspondent in Enugu. And Britain called Gowon and told Gowon what was happening and gave Gowon this advice. That they themselves, being the British, the best way they have used over the centuries to conquer people is by dividing them. Divide them first, then you go and conquer them. Divide and rule. And go on that same 27 children, as I told you, the reason why they call it Children's Day. People don't know how important 27th of May is. It was on that same day as they were deliberating that River State was created. That same day. Are you following? People didn't actually go to school. Writing rubbish and talking nonsense about the Constitution and all that rubbish. I look at them and I laugh because they are not educated. They didn't go to school. I went to Government College Umuahia, University of Nigeria and Nsukka. Of course, SBS, Iguacha, School of Basic Studies in Port Harcourt. I went to London Metropolitan University. We are well read. I go because we are well read. We know what we're talking about. On that 27th of May, as British intelligence MI5 got wind of the fact that the Eastern Consultative Assembly had granted Ojukwu the right to proclaim Biafra on the 27th, they told Gowon to divide Biafra. That same day, and River State was created. Weak, are you listening? Because you don't know history. You're a fool. You know this reverse. I'm a reverse man. Reverse man. How old are you? You're just like those shouting one Nigeria every blessed day. Idiotic, moronic set of people. A man is 80-something years old, older than Nigeria by over 20-something years. And I'm asking you, before you became a Nigerian, who were you They cannot answer. That is one thing I hold against Nigerians. And I will keep on holding it until their shame will sink into them. And Wike, I'm asking you, how old were you in 1967? Wike, I'm asking you. That was when your reverse was created. And you proceeded to go and start stealing properties belonging to your brothers. Because you don't want the land to kill you. That's why you said you are no longer Igbo. Idiot like you. If some of you have been following the news lately, you will see that they said it has passed the second reading or third reading, their restructuring bill. In that restructuring bill, they are now proposing to create a new state called a Neoma state with the capital in Ahaba, which some of you call Asaba, of course, because you're ignorant, you're all products of colonial rule anyway. And they plan to add it into Southeast. Ahaba, Delta State, and Neoma, but not River State. Because Fulani is very lazy. They need to do to the rest of you what they did to Ogoni people. Then your eyes will open. By the time they'll be dealing with you, you'll be shouting and nobody will listen to you. Allow Wike to keep misleading all of you, like the idiots that some of you are. We used to have the same problem everywhere around Biafra land until we said no, enough is enough. We can go on, created you, Rivers, 27th of May 1967, the same day that the lies of Frank Opigo from Okrika, for your information, and a German was in Enugu advising Ojukwu. That same period, that same day, that same 27th, Ojukwu said, what shall we call this our new nation? After they had passed the resolution. And a German, I'm saying this because of this Niger Delta, I'm a nation, other rubbish. I want you to listen to me very carefully. And a German rose up, Chief Frank Opigo, and said, the name of our new nation shall be Biafra. And Ojukwu asked him, why Biafra? Because Ojukwu himself, even a historian, an Oxford-trained historian, did not know. Frank Opigo whispered to him, not in here, I will tell you later what Biafra means. Do you know how God works? Ojukwu did not quibble, he did not argue. If Ojukwu wanted to dominate other people, if Igbos had wanted to dominate other people, Ojukwu would have just said, this new nation shall be called Igbo nation, isn't it? But you see, these people, I don't know. They said that the zoo army is in Abao, they're looking for trouble. When they get to them, they start complaining. Nigerian army is now in Abao, perambulating and patrolling, looking for who to kill. When the angels find them now and send them to God for judgment, you start writing rubbish. Now they're patrolling inside Abao, you cannot ask them to go back to the barracks and sit down. Because something is happening. As I was saying before, those zoo vermins interrupted my train of thought. That same 27th of May, 1967, that day is very, very critical, I'm telling you. As Frank Opigo and a German was telling Ojukwu, later on I will tell you why I recommended that the name should be Biafra. And the Holy Spirit was upon Ojukwu. God was, angels from heaven were ministering to him, telling him, listen to Frank Opigo. And as soon as Chief Opigo finished, Ojukwu said the new name shall be Biafra. If Ojukwu had domineering tendencies, if the Igbos wanted to lord it over every other person, to conquer them, I think Ojukwu should have insisted on the place answering Igbo nation, isn't it? That's pure common sense, as the Fulanis are doing to the Hausa people up north. Isn't it? Of course, Ahaba is in between. Ahaba, Asaba is Ahaba. The name is Ahaba. Go there. If you go to Asaba tomorrow morning, you see the name there, Ahaba. Go and ask the traditional ruler. The Asaba of Asab, go and ask him, what is your name? You tell him that. If you go to his palace, he wrote Ahaba. That's the name. Like Ahabi Meni. Who doesn't know that? Is it all this nonsense, these corrupt, useless Yoruba journalists are writing every day that you're reading? That's why people who are born in Lagos sometimes, to be honest with you, I don't quite see them as normal people, to be honest with you. I'm being honest. All these people that grew up in Lagos and Kanu, all these presidents, they know nothing in their brain. They are the ones that will insist. The name is Asaba. It's Ahaba. Go there to Ahaba, you will see it. As you have Ahabi menu. Common sense they don't have. They claim they're educated. I went to school. I have PhD. Do you know who I am? Whereas your brain is empty. You know nothing. Absolutely nothing. Ojukwu adopted the name Biafra. As Ojukwu was giving us the name Biafra, christening us Biafra, according to the advice of Chief Franco Pico, one idiot or somewhere called Go On is saying, I'm going to divide you. I'm going to create Cross River, and I'm going to create a Goja State, and I'm also going to create River State. True or false? We can. I throw like you. What do you know? You go on channels and you're talking like somebody that fell from a Pamantapa that fell from palm tree. It's bad, huh? I throw like you guys. You claim you're a lawyer. You know nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your brain is empty. Absolutely empty. That is why a fellow man like Tambu will useless your backside, because you're an idiot. You're a complete fool. You know nothing. I feel sorry for those you are deceiving. Poor students. You raise in the zoo, you go to NYSC, your brain is empty, you know nothing. Absolutely nothing. You don't know your history. You don't even know the history of your own village. We should start by asking, what is the history of my village? I know where we come from. My village. I kept asking my father before he passed. I kept asking him, tell me the history of Isiama Faruku, and he told me. The soldiers are molesting people. Katrina Lang, where you're having your holiday, I hope you're listening. Channels TV, Yoruba journalists, I hope you're listening. That soldiers, Nigerian soldiers are in Aban right now molesting people. I hope you can hear it. When there is equal response now, you start writing your junk. That's why I said that a black man should not be a journalist. We lack conscience. Black people do not have conscience. That is why you give chieftaincy titles to people who are doing 419. People like Hope Uzodinma can come and become a governor of a state. In the olden days, people like him will be exiled or sold into slavery because he's a thief. 419, Conan. River State was created. In fact, I want to direct now, Wike, you claim you're a lawyer, and also Channels TV. Somebody should also email Channels TV, as many people as possible, the Willing Commission report of 1958. Because I don't know, is there anything wrong with your brain cells? You people, you animals in the zoo animals calling themselves Nigerians. Is there anything, are you sure your brain is not made of sawdust? Is there something in your brain that is stopping you from reasoning? I want somebody to send this very report, the Willing Commission report, to every idiot that calls him or herself a Niger Deltan. Send it to them. Send it to them, because the idiocy is becoming too much. This foolishness can no longer be tolerated. Send it to them. Ikwere, Eche, Ekpeye, Opobo, Ebane, which is born today. Orata, you know where? Is also in Ikwere land. They say they are not, we are from Benin, near the upper of palace, near his palace. Chai. Who did this thing to you people? Who did, I can understand. I know that black people by nature are very stupid. But it seems to me there are layers of stupidity. All these Niger Delta South people, it seems your own stupidity is incomparable. I'm telling you. God forbid. Oh, no wonder the Sultan can come to Bayelsa and own over 30 oil wells. Now you understand it, don't you? No wonder. No wonder Danjuma owns, is it 15 oil wells? No wonder your land can be polluted and you can't do nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. What can you do? Nothing. You lament, you cry, and nobody listens. And they float NDDC. And their budget is maybe $1 million, and all of you are scrambling for $1 million. Whereas the Sultan of Sokoto preaching unity and one Nigeria is because of his oil wells in Bayelsa. And you're telling me you went to school. You're telling me you can reason. You are telling me you can think properly. Do you understand it? Do you understand it? Ekpa, Opobo, Iban, which they call Boni, Orata, Ogba, Ndoke are all indigenous Igbo extraction in River State. It is called Rivers Igbo. I want you to go to Wikipedia now and type in River State on Wikipedia. You will see it. River State, the first bracket you see is Igbo, IGBO. People may wonder, why am I preaching this all the time? Because I grew up in the village. And in the village, you learn a lot of things. Not like in the township, where you learn nothing. You live in a yard. I grew up in the village. And there is a saying where we come from. You can only show me my relative. You cannot show me my friend, because I make my friends myself. You can't bring somebody and say, oh, come, this is your friend. No. If at all any of you have had the privilege of staying in a village, in a Biafran, typical Igbo village, Biafran village, for up to a week, let's say during festive season, what happens usually? If you can remember, one name, listen, intellectual, listen. When you are in the village, during any festive season, how many times have you heard your mom or your father say, oh, come, come, come? They will call your name and say, come. Come and see your uncle. Come and see your aunt. Come and see your cousin. How many times? Because they are all your relatives. That's the only people they can show to you. Nobody can show you your friend, because your friends you make yourself. Now you understand me? Going back to Wike and the Ikwere people, or some not Ikwere players, I don't want to generalize. After all, it was an Ikwere chief that was coming to see me when I was in prison. The delegation of people coming to see me when I was in prison, if you go to the archives of the people coming to court, anytime I have a case, they will charter luxurious bus from Iguacha all the way to Abuja. He's an Ikwere chief. Have you all forgotten? You have all forgotten, haven't you? So I am weak, cannot make me to generalize. I'm not stupid. Who were the people that observed the sit at home, the lockdown yesterday in Rivers? I don't know to Ikwere people. Yes, and I'm asking you a simple question. So I'm not going to generalize. I am not going to generalize. Now listen to me. Before independence of the zoo, basically before the 27th of May 1967, there was no identity crisis in Rivers, none whatsoever.
Will be presented to the world as the only remedy to the insecurity that Nigeria has created in quest to bring the Islamization of Nigeria, and of course, that turn Nigeria into Islamic State. We are going to present Biafra government as a remedy to the United States, to the West, and to every other world power that cares to know. Part of the grievances will be the killings by the terrorists and the high-level corruption and political crisis that Nigeria has found itself today, without any solution. Since the last election, which the European Union condemned, which the United Nations condemned, which the America condemned, and faulted everything that has to do with the result of the last election. Yet, they are recognizing the criminal who called himself Tinubu as the president. Because Nigerians are stupid. Nobody rise up against, because everybody have been captured and enslaved with terrorism. If you do the killing, the assassinating. That's why many of them are bragging. Whenever we talk, they say, Samanaka, come to Nigeria so we believe you. Do you know why? Because they think that we are going to be as stupid as those people that have killed in the past. Kensaro Wiwa. Should we start mentioning them? Anybody that rise up to challenge the impunity of the Nigerian state, the terrorist state, they eliminate the person. What is the other name? The Yoruba man, Gani Kfawemi or whatever is called. He was assassinated. These are people who think they can make changes within the Nigerian state. It's impossible. Even this criminal called Tinubu, he ran away. He would have been killed by the military administration then, because he thought that he can move, have any political movement, to change whatever he want to change then, before he came back to become the governor. He ran away to exile, and probably France, because I know he has a very good relationship with people in France. Now, just like the United States, we are going to present Biafra after 2nd of December as the only remedy to the political crisis in Nigeria today. We will present Biafra as the only remedy to the upsurge of terrorists in the Sahel. I am telling you, nobody will see what we are doing today as a government in exile and don't give us that particular opportunity. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that as Nigeria as a failed state, the only remedy that will save the life of people and also save the interests of the West, because no matter how you want to say it, we still have to protect the interests of the West, which goes a very long way in making sure that our society still remain in a sane, we still remain in a sane society, both in conflict-wise, insecurity-wise, national security, and what have you. So Nigeria no longer function as a law-governed state, capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. My people of Biafra, our declaration in December is providing a remedy, providing alternative to the Biafra people and to the world, and to those who have business interest in the area, in area, Sahel region, and in Nigeria as a whole, because this is going to affect them positively. So Nigeria have found itself in a situation where they have become incapacitated. They are not capable of resolving every crisis that they are facing today. So the state is already a failed state. So what are we going to do in December 2nd? Our declaration will offer solution. And like I said, remedy, remedy, remedy.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
is majority. One day we went to the okay, Chuku, Amanati, Asinu, Amanati,
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this morning episode. I welcome everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you are connecting from, whether you are joining us on TikTok, you're joining us on Facebook, or you're watching us on YouTube where I'm hosting this program. You are highly welcome. I appreciate you for being part of this program this morning. Despite all the attacks we are getting, despite all the shadow banning we are having on our platform, despite all the hindrances and kicking out of people from the platform, we still are standing, and we will continue to stand and continue to preach our message. The Janjaweed will never stop us. The saboteurs will never stop us. Our enemies can never stop us. We are not here to hurt anybody. In this platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack people or individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. The only thing we come here to do is to say, live and let's live. Bili Kambili. That is all we say. What we do in this platform is to present Biafra before the whole world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we do. And this is what we will continue to do. Presenting Biafra as the only remedy to the state, to the failed state Nigeria. Remedy. Just as you heard our Prime Minister Mazi said, that is our mission. And every time I come online, I present Biafra to the whole world as the remedy to the failed state Nigeria. It is no longer a story. It is no longer a rumor, not a propaganda that Nigeria is a failed state. If you do not know, it will only take you just some few minutes to go and make your research, and you will come back and you will agree with us that Nigeria is a failed state. Remedy. That is what everybody is looking for, including those that call themselves one Nigerianists, including those that pretend that it is working for them, including the international communities that are looking into now. In the United States of America, everybody is looking for remedy. And the Biafran people are standing strong, presenting a remedy that will not cost your resources, a remedy that will not cost life, a remedy that will be an everlasting one, a remedy that is sincere and important. What is that remedy? Disintegration of the contraption called Nigeria. That is why Biafra is the remedy. When we say Biafra is the only remedy, we are not denigrating other groups. We are not denigrating other religions. We are not denigrating other regions. What we are saying is that every region has the right to be on their own. Separation of each region peacefully, that is what we are asking for. So when we say Biafra is the only remedy, Biafra offers that remedy, disintegration of Nigeria, so that countries can be created along value system. People that have the same value system can be in their own country, run their own country the way they want it, grow in their own space at their own speed. The core north, we know, already have embraced the caliphate. They have already embraced the Sharia system. There is nothing wrong in that if they practice it among themselves. So what we are saying is that let them be given the opportunity to practice it within their own space, how they want it, which they are already doing. In the Yoruba land, we can see that the Yoruba people prefer the monarchical system where they revere their monarchs. And however they want to operate it, allow them to go along with that. For us, the old southeastern region, the Biafra land, we have the circular system where people are allowed to express themselves. A republican nature of the old southeastern region allow us to practice that within our own side. In the Middle Belt, they also have a system that they are already enjoying within themselves. Allow each region go back to basis and be who they want to be, explore, grow in their own space at their own speed. That is the only thing we are asking. It is not a request out of envy. It is not a request out of jealousy. It is not a request out of hatred. It is not a request out of strife. No, it is a request to save life, to save humanity in Nigeria. That is the request we are making. And every blessed day I come online, that is why I come online, to demand for a peaceful separation of each group, each region, according to value system. That does not mean, that will not make us be enemies. That does not mean we cannot do business together. That does not mean we cannot intermarry. That does not mean we cannot associate. That does not mean we cannot visit each other. That does not mean we cannot do this. We can still do a lot of things that we are doing now together, but based on an agreement written down by us. That is all we're asking for. We have several countries that have passed through this line and they are living happily today. So many countries pass these two stages and they're living happily. It has been tried in the United States, it worked. It tried in Europe, it worked. Tried in Asia, it worked. Why won't it work in Africa? Why are they refusing to allow the people to grow in their own space at their own speed? Our request is not out of envy. That is why we that are asking for the disintegration, we are not asking for restructuring. We are not asking for presidency. We are not asking for anything. We're not asking for any development or any resources. No. What we are asking for is let there be countries created along the value system so that each region can be able to protect themselves, grow in their own space at their own speed. The United States do not have to put foot on the ground. They don't need to put soldiers on the ground. They don't need to waste their resources. In as much as we appreciate the effort they are making now, fine and good. We appreciate the efforts, but they don't need to waste their resources. The only thing they need to do is to support the cause of Biafra. To support the cause, let there be a referendum conducted. If you do not accept ours, we have already conducted our self-referendum. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called for referendum for almost a decade. Nobody paid attention. Mazi Simon came on board, called for referendum, went ahead to conduct a referendum to convince the world that we know what we are doing. He conducted, and almost 60 million people voted and said they want to be out of Nigeria. If you are not convinced with that number, why don't you go ahead and conduct your own referendum? Why? What is wrong in you conducting your referendum? We have been asking for a peaceful separation from Nigeria. Self-determination is not war. Call for self-determination is not a call for war. When we talk about disintegration, it does not mean war. When you talk about separation, it doesn't mean in families, when parents give birth to children in the same house, at a stage, each and every one of those children will separate from their family, separate from their parents, and be in their own home. That does not detach them from their family. That does not mean they will throw away their name. That doesn't mean they will be at war. They will create their own environment, their own home, with their own family, and grow in their own space at their own speed. Why is it difficult for the world to pay attention to this innocent, sincere call that the Biafrans have been making to save life in that contraption called Nigeria? Why is it difficult for people to pay attention? Why is it difficult? Some people, when they hear Biafra, they get mad. And I begin to wonder, what is so wrong in somebody deciding to be independent on his own? Something that is natural with human being. That when you give birth to your child from a childhood, that child will grow and grow up to the extent that if it is a lady, it will grow from the name of the father to the name of the husband and her own family. If it is a man, at a stage, the man will grow, pull out from his family, and become a man of his own with his own name. What is so difficult? What is so bad in the Biafran people demanding for their own freedom? Why do you have to hate people because they are demanding for freedom? Just like the hatred you see upon the Igbos today. The hatred that is upon the Igbos today is not because they committed any crime. The Igbos has never, ever. In fact, the people that are committed in this very so-called one Nigeria, the people that have caused Nigeria to become global, that have made Nigeria known, people that have promoted the one Nigeria has always been the Igbos. Go and check the record. They have been the ones in the forefront of making sure that this one Nigeria stood together until they found out that it is not working and will never work. At every given point in time, it has always been the Igbos that try to refine Nigeria and make it inhabitable for human beings. But at the same time, they are the ones most hated. Some of them will come and tell you about the coup that was done by the young officers of Nigerian army, led by Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo. That was a revolution. Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo led a revolution because what you are seeing today, what is happening today, was what Chukwuma saw then and his group. Those young officers saw what you are seeing today. This very terrorism you are seeing in Nigeria today, sponsored by the caliphate. This terrorism you are seeing today, sponsored by the caliphate, was what Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo saw far back before the Civil War. And those young officers went for a revolution. So many of us might not agree with the revolution. Even our Supreme Leader Mazi can say he doesn't agree with such forceful revolution. But their intention was actually a revolution to save Nigeria. A revolution it wasn't to create Biafra. It wasn't to create another country. It wasn't to create it was to save Nigeria. That revolution. But at the end of the day, the Janjaweed saw an opportunity and they twisted it and called it an Igbo coup. And you see what's transpired through the Igbo coup. Up to today, the Igbos are still suffering the outcome of that. Even when people have come to confess and say what transpired has nothing to do with Igbos. The operation had nothing, and the most thing that even the coup themselves, the people that stopped it, were also the Igbos. They stopped it. The people that stopped the coup were Igbos. Our eternal leader, Dim Odibubuju, was part of them. And the person that came in after the coup, who was the person that came in? It was still the Igbo man. And when he came in, he introduced the unitary system so that people will not feel removed from the section. He brought everybody together. That was why he introduced the unitary system, to make sure that everybody is united, still to save one Nigeria. If it was to create Igbo nation, they would have just walked away then. If it were to create Igbo nation, Aguiyi would have done it easily in uniform. Because then, Igbos have much more military officers than any other group. If it was about Igbo, Aguiyi was a one Nigerian, a hardcore one Nigerian. A hardcore one Nigerian, and that was why Aguiyi stood. Even the people that were guiding him, that betrayed him, that killed him, were all from the north. His closest allies, his security, all were from the north. Even when he was told to be careful, he never wanted. Aguiyi was a hardcore one Nigerianist. Just to save Nigeria. Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo tried. They turned it against him. Aguiyi came in to try. They murdered him. They killed him in cold blood. Up to today, where is Aguiyi remembered in Nigeria? Where is the monument of Aguiyi? Instead of remembering Aguiyi, they remembered genocidal criminals like Murtala Muhammad. Murtala Muhammad, a Janjaweed that committed genocide, is remembered. That anytime you talk about Nigeria, you remember Murtala Muhammad at the airport. Anybody that knows him, even if you have not known Nigeria, you will know Murtala Muhammad. But Agironsi, who came in to bring everybody together. Not only that, he came in, that was the main reason why he introduced the unitary system. To make sure that people feel united, you don't feel that you are being separated, you don't feel you are being cheated, to bring everybody together and share everything equally for everybody to have. Equal participation. Equal participation, so you don't feel cheated. But what did he get? They took Agironsi away and murdered him in cold blood. Up to today, there is nothing to remember here in Nigeria. Remember our eternal leader, Dim Odumogojuku. He did not just go to declare a war. Our eternal leader, Dim Odumogojuku, saw what was happening after they have done the pogrom, massacred Igbo people for no just cause, for no reason. People who were civilians, they were not part of the coup, they were not part of the military, they were not part of the governance. Civilians, children, murdered in cold blood. Dim Odumogojuku did not go for war. He continued to preach peace, and he took them to Aburi and told them, since you do not like this unitary system that was put by Agironsi, you interpreted the unitary system as a dominance, that Igbos want to dominate you. Now, let every region go back to their place. Let every region govern themselves. Let us go back to whom we are. Every region, go back to your own base and protect yourself. Then have a central government where everyone will contribute. Since you don't trust us, since you are afraid, you have taken our senior brother, our beloved brother, who was serving you. Did they listen? After signing the agreement in Ghana, in Aburi, they still came back and changed from the agreement. They did not keep the agreement. They did not keep an agreement. Instead of keeping the agreement reached in Ghana, they came back and took innocent life. And more than 5 million Biafrans died. They took the life of more than 5 million Biafrans. Mostly children starved to death. Women and elderly. Up to today, there is no apology. Up to today, there is no recognition of that very genocide. It is only during the time of Mazi Nnamdi that he was even forcing us to remember our fallen heroes. It was Mazi Nnamdi that came back to reintroduce the remembrance of our fallen heroes. And even the people he was fighting for are fighting against him. What a shame. What a shame. We cannot tell our story enough, but we must continue to tell our story because they have told our story so much. It is because of the evil they committed against us that they removed history from their curriculum. Because of the evil atrocity that were committed against the Biafran people, that was why Nigerian government removed history from their curriculum. And we just wake up and hear that they have smuggled it back. And as they smuggled it back, they removed completely the biggest tribe in Nigeria. The largest, biggest, and the most intelligent tribe in Nigeria was removed from the history that they are teaching children. And what did they do? They came back and denied it. They denied it. Nobody was arrested. The book we are talking about is being used in a school. There was no prosecution of the people that wrote the book or the school that was supposed to be shut down. Nothing was said about that. Or they came to issue a statement, oh, it is not government approved, it is not government approved, and that dies off. You didn't hear it in any of them. None of the media house in Nigeria was talking about it. It wasn't a thing of debate. The government just came and denied it. And we have known them that is their system. They will do a thing, the next minute they deny it. Just that they denied about the coup. The denial of the coup is because the people that planned the coup were all Northerners. All Northerners, people that planned the coup, they were all Northerners. Even to show their names and picture, it took time. If there were to be an Igbo man in that coup, of course, you know what would have happened. You know what would have happened. How long are we going to continue to pretend that all is well? We have seen enough. And with what we have seen, we have discovered that there is no other way out except the disintegration of Nigeria. Peaceful disintegration of Nigeria. It is not a call for war. If you like, interpret it the way you want. If you like, give it the title you want. But that will not make us to stop making that request. We will say it loud so that the international community, you can imagine, even at this present time, to show you how divided the Zoological Republic is. The United States of America has offered to fight insecurity, the terrorists that are taking lives. But Nigeria, what did they do? They went back to a terrorist country to drag them into, and the North support the move, while the South supports the United States. And when I say the South, I mean Biafra land. The entire Southeast is supporting the presence of the United States in the issue. But the North do not want to see United States. What is their anger? Because Trump said, I am coming to stop the genocide against the Christians. And who are those committing genocide against the Christians? The Fulani terrorists who claim to be Muslims. They are the ones committing the genocide. They have taken over the North. The Hausas don't even have a say. The Hausas in the North are welcoming the presence of Donald Trump. The Christians in the North welcome the president of Donald Trump. But the only people that do not want to see Donald Trump in Nigeria are those supporting the terrorists. More especially the Fulani Janjaweeds, the Caliphate. That speaks volume. What else do you want to see before you know that this country is not one and can never function as one? Today you are hearing military alliance with France, military alliance with Turkey, military alliance with the US. Only one country entering 3 different alliances with different countries, bringing troops as if there is a war going on. Although we know there is a war going on. But that shows that there is no functioning government in Nigeria. That is why it requires other countries of the world to come in to maintain peace for you. Not just 1, not 2, not 3. It speaks volume. And we continue to say the only remedy to the situation in Nigeria is division. It is not a call for war. Let there be a referendum. Allow people to be who they want to be. Let the North go ahead with their caliphate. Let this Southwest go along with their system. Let the Biafran people go. Let the Middle Belt go. Each region can be able to defend themselves against their enemies. You don't need to put any foot on the ground. You don't need to waste your resources. Create that boundary and let every region defend themselves. And watch it happen. Create that boundary. Let every region defend themselves. And just watch it. Watch it. It will not take up to a year. Everywhere will be calm. And every region will face their own problem and their own insecurity and bring it to zero. This is a fact. But those who own Nigeria, the colonial powers who are benefiting from this evil, they don't want it to happen. But we are not going to run away because of the colonial madness. We will continue to speak and we will continue to believe that by the special grace of Chukwu Abiyama, the presence of Donald Trump will definitely be to our advantage. You see some of them, they have bought over so many media networks. You see some people, even some content creators. I saw one idiot who was just saying, why is it that it is the Igbos are the ones supporting Donald Trump? Everywhere you go, you see an Igbo platform, they're supporting Donald Trump. Why wouldn't we support Donald Trump? What evil had Donald Trump done? Is it a crime for somebody to come and say, I want to come and take out terrorists that are taking the life of people? What is wrong about that? What crime has Donald Trump committed? Donald Trump didn't say he is coming to fight Nigerians. Donald Trump didn't say he is coming to fight the innocent. Donald Trump doesn't say he is coming to fight the Muslims. Donald Trump didn't say he is coming to take an innocent life. Donald Trump said he wants to come and stop the genocide going on in Nigeria. How is that a problem? And the Biafrans continue to support him, continue to call him to come today and tomorrow, and you are angry about that. You are angry about that. You said Donald Trump is going to bring destruction. What kind of destruction haven't you seen? What is the government of Tinubu giving you today? What is the Nigerian government giving you today? Is it security you have? Is it good economy you have? Is it the light you have? Is it the road? Is it the life? Do you have a life in Nigeria? Do you have a life? And somebody is coming to your rescue. Then we welcome the person and say, we want him to come even sooner than later. And you have a problem with that. And these are people who claim to be intelligent. You see them in their platform, shining their eyes and talking like as if they were above, that something is wrong with them. As if they know what they're saying. They claim to be so intelligent, they can analyze from A to Z. And they will ask you, why is it that the Igbos are working? We don't support evil. The same way we rejected Muhammad Buhari. You saw what Muhammad Buhari brought to Nigeria. We rejected Tinubu. You saw what Tinubu is doing. And we are going to continue to reject everything that is evil. We will not support it. No matter the political inclination. Just like this Tinubu, you see the movement they are creating. Of course, the entire Igbo people have already rejected. Forget about all these businessmen that are engaging in their business. We don't care. You can buy all the rich men in Igbo land, buy all the governors, all the ministers, buy all of them. You can buy them. Of course, money can buy them. But we, the masses, they are not. It's a no-go area. Igbos never sell their conscience. They are known for that. We never sell our conscience. Everything is not politics. When it comes to reality, we face the reality. And that is why we are coming here every day. And before I proceed, today, the topic we are discussing, so that we don't divert from our topic. The topic I'm discussing today, it says, breaking Nigeria political fraud, Igbo enfranchisement, and the rejection of rigged system. This is the topic we are discussing today. Nigeria's political fraud, Igbo enfranchisement, and the rejection of a rigged system. This is the topic we're going to discuss today. And remember, this platform is a platform for public opinion. So at any point in time, when the time comes, if you want to join us on the platform to make a contribution or to bring a superior argument, feel free. Wherever you are watching us from, we are ready to bring you in. We are ready to entertain you. We are ready to go along with whatever information that you have. What we do in this platform is to break words into pieces, to allow you to be able to digest the information, to allow you to think outside the box. We don't hold people ransom in this platform. We don't stop people from having their opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. Very much entitled to your opinion. And if you want to share with us, feel free to join us and share your own opinion. Because we will continue to say things the way they are. We will continue to do what we have to do, regardless how we are hated, regardless the attack that is coming from right, left, and center, regardless what anybody says, regardless whatever idea anybody brings. We will continue to dialogue. We will continue to look into things. We will continue to say it the way it is. Sometimes we will speak in a way that you will not like. Be patient. All you need to do is to make corrections where necessary. If the message hits you where you don't like it, sorry in advance. But that will not make us to stop. We will continue to preach this message undeterred, not for followership, but for truth. We say it for truth, for people to get, more especially those who are not Biafra, the international community, to hear us, because we believe they are following. That is why we can never change our message. Even if it's only one person that is watching, I will not change my message. I have chosen my path, and I will continue to follow that path, no matter what it takes. So, my fellow Biafrans that are joining on this program today, I welcome every one of you. Reminding you again, the topic we are discussing today, Nigerian political fraud, Igbo enfranchisement, and the rejection of a rigged system. That is what we are discussing today. So I welcome every one of you once again. I appreciate you wherever you have joined us from. If you are watching this broadcast, I want you to listen carefully, not emotionally. Listen carefully, not emotionally. Not defensively, but consciously. Please. I repeat, if you are watching this broadcast, I want you to listen carefully, not emotionally, not defensively, but cautiously. Today's conversation is not about politics, political parties. It is not just about political parties. It is not about APC, PDP, and any logo you have been trained to defend. It is not about any group that you have already been training yourself to defend. No. Today is about a system that has failed, a system that survived on fraud, a system that keeps some people permanently powerful and others permanently powerless. And the question we must ask ourselves this morning is simple. Can a fraudulent system ever deliver justice? I want you to answer me on the comment section. Can a fraudulent system ever deliver justice? Respond to me on the comment section. If you are in this program and you are connected, you are watching carefully, keep your emotions aside. I want you to respond on the comment section. Can a fraudulent system ever deliver justice? Yes, it can, or yes, it cannot, or no, it cannot. Write it on the comment section. I want to hear your response. Nigeria presents itself to the world as a democracy. But democracy is not a title, it is a practice. Each time they come and tell you Nigeria is the largest democracy in Africa, they boast about democracy, but democracy is not a title. It's not like chieftaincy title that you buy. It is a practice. Democracy means consent of the governed. You must have the consent of the people you govern. Equality before the law. Everybody must be equal before the law. Accountability of leaders. And protection of minority rights. That is democracy. If those elements are missing, then what you have is democracy. Demonstration of crazy. That is what you have. If this element that I mentioned is missing, this element that I mentioned, if they are missing, consent of the governed, equality of the law, accountability of leaders, and protection of minority, if these things are missing, you do not have democracy. What you have is demonstration of crazy. What you have is managed participation, a controlled illusion. That is what you have. And that is what you have in Nigeria. Controlled illusion. Nigeria's elections are not designed to transfer power. Never. They are designed to recycle legitimacy. Nigeria's elections are not designed to transfer power. They are designed to recycle legitimacy. Every election cycle follows the same pattern. They are coming. We are getting to 2027 very soon. You already see the wave. The same system over and over again. Every election cycle follow the same pattern. The same pattern. That is what you are seeing. You are seeing them today. And some of us, when we see it here, you look like you're surprised. Don't be surprised. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never support anything called election. Mazi Ekpa said, we will not be part of the election anymore. We, the Biafra people, don't want to be part of anything called election in Nigeria. Because every election cycle follow the same pattern in Nigeria. What do you see? Inflated voters number, compromised institution like INEC. Every time, every season, that's what you see. You see the nonsense they are debating in the House of Senate, that they have rejected electronic transfer of vote, electronic transfer of result from the police. They have rejected it. You can imagine. A whole Senate that is supposed to sanitize the election system is the one corrupting it. And some of you are still hoping for something miracle that's come from where I don't know. Every election cycle follows the same pattern. Inflated voters number, compromised institution, security intimidation, judicial gymnastic, predetermined outcome. The same pattern every year, every season. There is no change. There is no amendment. It continues again and again and again. And some of you still believe somehow that one angel is going to come from heaven to redeem you. Sorry. We have been calling out Peter Obi to step aside. Stop allowing yourself to be used to legitimize evil in Nigeria. Stop allowing yourself to be used to legitimize the enslavement of your own people. You don't want to listen. Now it is becoming very clear to you. Most of his followers are seeing it clearly. And most of them now are realizing that it is all over. The election results have already been designed. They have been determined already. And yet, we are told to clap. They tell you to clap. We are told to move on. It's going to be all right. Let's move on. Why are you complaining? Are you the only one? We are told to accept it as normal. Abnormality has become normal in Nigeria. Abnormality has become normal in Nigeria. It has become so normal that today, when you see abnormality in Nigeria, people don't complain. Nobody complains. Just the way you see the death of people in Nigeria today, life matters. It doesn't mean anything. When you go to their media and see the way they report death, you'll be imagining. They say, oh, now today it was 100 that was killed. It is now lesser than before. Formerly it was 200. Today it is 100. Oh, it is better. 700, it is better. Oh, it is only a few people that were killed. Not the human being. They have taken it as normal. But oppression becomes normal only when people are conditioned to accept it. Oppression becomes normal only when people are conditioned to accept it. The people in the zoo have been conditioned to accept what they have. Only the Biafran people are standing out. Only the Biafran people have refused to be silent. And that is why they are hated across the world. That is why the heavy attack against them. That is why there is genocide against them that nobody speaks against. The Igbo people are not politically marginalized by accidents. It is structural. When we talk about the marginalization of Igbos politically, it is not accidental. It didn't just happen by accident. This thing was put in place all the way from amalgamation, from independence. This structure has been there. Some people will say it is because of the Civil War. It is not because of the Civil War. It is not. It was not noticeable in the first instance because of the high rate of education of our people and the position they occupy. It was not noticeable because at that time, at the beginning, there is nothing you cannot. There's no way you can run away from using people from the Igbo extraction because they are the most intelligent. They're everywhere and they are the most capable to do the job. But this structure you are seeing, this political marginalization has been there even before the Civil War. It has been there. Some will think it's just because of the Civil War. It is not. The Igbo people are not politically marginalized by accident. It is structural. The old Eastern region produces massive economic value, receive minimal federal investment, has the least political representation, faces disproportionate military presence, and is constantly portrayed as a problem area. Even with the presence of more than 6 terrorist groups in the north, up to today, politicians still believe, the criminal one Nigerians still believe that Igbo land, Biafra land, is the most problematic area. Even as we speak, from record, the Igbo land is the most secure place you can think of in Nigeria. From the actual record, Biafra land remains the most secure area in Nigeria up to date, even as we speak. But you go to an ordinary politician in Nigeria, they go to the world and they paint us to be the problem area. They see us as problematic area. They see us as those who are causing the problem. It is not coincidence. This is a design. A system cannot repeatedly disadvantage the same people and still claim neutrality. When we speak, they say, why are we speaking? When we say we want out, they say, why do we want out? When we call for a referendum, they say, why would you call for a referendum? The reasons are very, very clear and open. A system cannot repeatedly disadvantage the same people and still claim neutrality. We have been silent for a very long time. And it is high time we speak. And that is why we are speaking. Let us be honest. I want us to be honest. This part I'm about to go into makes people uncomfortable. This part we are going to discuss makes people uncomfortable, but we must talk about it. The one Nigerianists and those who see us as threats, when they come across this topic, it makes them uncomfortable, but we don't care. We must talk about it. Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Ekpa did not reject election because they hate voting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Ekpa did not reject Nigeria election, did not condemn Nigeria election because they hate voting. They rejected election because they understood the system. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Ekpa never supported anything called Nigeria election. Not because they hate voting, but because they understood the system very, very well. Just like what is already playing out. You see how Nigeria have turned into one-party system. You see how everybody, all the governors in the southeast, with the whole atrocities against them, you see how they are going for trouble. The same man that destroyed your business, destroyed the same APC that destroyed everything, that made sure that you remain irrelevant. Today, there is no executive meeting that we held in Nigeria that you see an Igbo man. There is no executive meeting held in Nigeria where Igbo man will be present. Check their lineup. All the top security officers who are supposed to be in executive meeting, you can't see an Igbo man among them. Yet, this is the biggest tribe in Nigeria. The most intelligent tribe in Nigeria. The richest tribe in Nigeria. But yet, they are out of the question. The fate of Nigeria is discussed in their absence. They are not where it is being discussed. And that doesn't bother you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Ekpa rejected election because they understood the system. And their position was clear. Their position was very, very clear. They didn't miss word. You cannot legitimize injustice by participating in it. You cannot legitimize injustice by participating in it. That is their position. You cannot fix a rigged system by playing along. You cannot vote your way out of structural domination. This is a clear point that was made by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. When the rules are written to exclude you, participation becomes endorsement. Just like the APC manifesto that we have seen, the APC manifesto have excluded the Igbo people in all ramifications. They don't want to have anything to do with you. So when the rules are written to exclude you, when you participate on that same place where they wrote a rule to exclude you and you participate, you are endorsing them. What it means is that you are endorsing your own death, your own destruction. You don't understand it. What I read to you is the stance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. Why they do not support anybody that is from Biafra land to participate in anything on election. Their position was clear. You cannot legitimize injustice by participating in it. You cannot fix a rigged system by playing along. You cannot vote your way out of structural domination. When the rules are written to exclude you, your participation becomes endorsement. It is very clear. In a country where you are not represented, in a country where your consent is not needed, in a country where plans are made, monies are borrowed with your name, and you don't partake in it. Plans are made on things you are not consulted. Policies are written only against you and not for you. You are not represented in any way. Nigeria tells the Igbos, participate more, produce more candidates, negotiate better. That is what they tell you. Every day, this is what they tell you. And some of us buy into that nonsense. You even see politicians preaching this nonsense. They will tell you, participate more, produce more candidates, negotiate better. But representation without power is just decoration. Representation without power is just decoration. What does it mean to have governors who cannot protect their people? What does it mean to have a governor like Soludo? What does it mean to have a governor like Hope Uzodinma? What does it mean to have a governor like Itamba and the rest of them? It means nothing. People who cannot protect their people. All they do is to call on the military to come and attack you. All they do is to lock your market and take you out of business. All they do is to join other regions to destroy the businesses of their people. What does it mean to have lawmakers who cannot stop injustice? Lawmakers who cannot stop injustice. In Nigeria today, the only thing that is required by a policeman or army man to shoot you is to see a flag of Biafra with you. There is no law in Nigeria that says that you cannot hold a flag. There is no law that says you cannot wear the color of Biafra. But in Nigeria, all it takes today to take your life is to see any insignia that represents Biafra. And the lawmakers, you have lawmakers. Look at the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted without an existing law. We have lawmakers that made this law. We have lawmakers that made, even one of the lawmakers was in the court. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted under a non-existing law. A lawmaker was in the court that day telling them that this law has been repealed. So it doesn't exist. But yet they convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on non-existing law. And the rest lawmakers kept silent. They are quiet. They allow it to fly. They couldn't challenge it. What does it mean to have lawmakers who cannot stop injustice? What does it mean to vote endlessly and remain voiceless? Every year you vote. Every 4 years you vote. But yet you don't have a voice. Every 4 years you vote. Yet you don't have a voice. Last time you voted for P2B, you saw the result. The result of voting for P2B was the burning of markets, destruction of properties and houses in Lagos. And the same person you were fighting for that made you to incur that wrath today did not speak for you. He never fought for you. He never went for court anyway. He only went for court when it affected him directly, his own personal person, his own family. He went and fought for it. But for others, he never did. What does it mean to vote endlessly and remain voiceless? This is not representation. What we have is containment. What they are doing is containment, not representation. They don't represent you. They don't. The only thing we are seeing now and again, every single politician in Nigeria, from P2B to the rest, they are all there for their personal and selfish interests. Self-interest, that is what they are. Now let us address the uncomfortable truth. Very uncomfortable truth. You can take it, you can leave it. They don't want to hear it, but we will say it, regardless who is concerned. It is an uncomfortable truth. Many Igbo politicians do not fight the system. Many Igbo politicians, all the Igbo politicians, they don't fight the system. They negotiate their comfort within the system. You can never see a Biafran politician, Igbo politician fighting the system. What they do is that they negotiate their comfort within the system itself. Personal interest, they negotiate their comfort within it, within the system. They never fight the system. The system that is rigged against them. The system that was the reason why they went there to represent you. But they never. None of them. All Igbo politicians do not fight the system. They negotiate their own comfort within the system. That is what they do. They seek contract, not justice. They seek appointment, not equality. They seek access, not liberation. That is why you see somebody like Obi Kubana. Obi Kubana today endorsing somebody like Tinubu that is not qualified in any ramification. Any human being that has conscience, that have dignity, that have reputation to protect, will never have anything to do with this government. But you see all those clowns. Go and see the ones they call city boys. Go and see the people that are appearing under their list of the city boys. You are going to see more people. I'm going to play a video. I'm going to play a video for you to know what is happening in Nigeria today. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you're not aware. I'm going to play a video. Some people who don't, these are people who are one Nigeria, they don't believe in what we are saying. Some of them are scared. They can't be bold enough to join us in this struggle. But they know that the system is rigged and can never ever work. As we speak, they are sharing millions, billions to all these wealthy men in Biafra land. Those people you respect. All those ones, when you see, you remove your car. You call them philanthropists. You give them different kinds of titles. You protect them. Every one of them today have been bought over because of their personal interests. Some of them because of their businesses. They want to protect their businesses. And the only condition to keep your business safe in Nigeria is to support the intimidation of your people, support the atrocities against your people, support the evil government of America. That is why you see Obi Kubana and his cliques doing what they are doing today. And more videos are coming out of more wealthy men, well-to-do men today that are jumping the ship into the same camp. They benefit from stability of oppression because it keeps them relevant. They are looking for relevance. They just want to be relevant. They don't care about you. Neither do they care about me. These people just want to be relevant. And this is why collective suffering continues while individual careers flourish. Collective suffering, the collective suffering of the Igbo continue, and it will continue while individual careers flourish. This is a structure that we put in place. And none of them is ready to fight it. They only try as much as they can to fix themselves into it to be comfortable. This is what is going on as we speak. And this is why collective suffering continue while individual careers flourish. A people cannot be free when their leadership profits from their captivity. You cannot understand this better. I want to play a video before we proceed. I want you to listen to what this brother is going to say, revealing what the APC government is doing as we speak, how they are buying ritual, including the person that is going to speak. He himself, they offered him money and he rejected because of his conscience. I want you to pay attention to this video I'm about to play. Listen to this video I'm about to play. You will understand the mess that we are in. The only people that are genuinely seeking for the benefit of everybody are the people preaching Biafra. People calling for the disintegration of Nigeria. They are the only people that sincerely care about collective interest. Every other rich, that those that claim that they are big men, they are this and that, these are a bunch of criminals that are only there for their own personal and selfish interests. And I want every one of us to pay attention to this very video I'm about to play. It is going to reveal a lot. Let us listen to what this brother had to say. Pay attention, more especially to the end of the video, you will understand.
Ichalon ive basaliva na mumu Igbo maka afia me market maka mechi afia mechi some set of annual some set of bingos where libuta na my DM where daily where say that na very very careful na mbata Nigeria na ngaf where say ka me video ka ba wulo nteva where nu ade nkonye nwoke bie na yegwu amubere nwoke nga ato John wa wonde mama ofuma. I never see that person. Nwanye mulo nga ato ujo. So if even na ato ujo no wa bu my old age ka ngape bia yeli boy ya na yeli. Ono kwa maka nwada ga nwanwu uvive game only but one day. So dey euro me with onwu. So now my purpose of this video maka even now concerning 2027 election na bia Peter Obi nkebe eziokwu bụ ya onwe some billionaires ndị unu na-anụ afafa anụ kpọọ mụ na phone wee na-explain ulum their reason amam na ọta ha ji wee na-eme ife a na-eme. Enwe so many people na-anọrọ na social media, enwe so many people na-adọrọ popular na social media we don't accept this city boy movement. There are many. There are many. Had it too much. When I Joseph why? Could even more you were the novel. Listen. No toto Nantunya Lava to Elegana 2023. Now for Faka Nata. That their businesses is at stake. Na Lucha Uno Akutu. Na ego cha na revoke onye na-agwa m ife wee na-agwa m sị na m amụ ya so onye nọ n'ọkụ nsị ya mba ọ sị nye otu ọ nọ kịta ọ pụta kịta ọbịa n'ọkụ na-atibe mkpu si biko nakwa ihe meli ya o solu Tinubu anapụlụ ya na ya o na nchekigodie na ma mụda afụfata na the present government mana ndị Igbo atụ ilọlọva. That's why anyị nwewu ndị Igbo ji ata ahụfụ anọkata shop enwụlọ ọkụ na Mandelas na anyị nwa na-ata dị afụfụ na ndụ azụ na-enyu ya. Ọ sị that na nke emele eme that they don't have anything to show for it. Na nke fapụta wee kwa ile gị bụ Peter Obi that na-enwere ife ha mere achieve on it rather than that na ha na-atasa ahụfụ that they are not ready to repeat it again. So if you go that even in an now for personal interest. They are done with the governors. So Sunday for Keta just to 1, 4, 5, 6 governors. Even BF now join the APC. They are done with the governors. At least they have secured 99% of 36 states. Their governors Keta by go APC. so na ife ha baizi kịta bụ ha ba ego ndị ọgaranya niile ha ma na dia business bụ na Nigeria ka ọ dị. So ine n'anya nne na afọ ịta nne how long ịnọchọkụ dị afọ wee nọ ebe ịnọ taa accept what the offer and the offer bụ ego abịa o na ọ bụrụkwa na a ga-agbaba gị aka fọnsụ na-aga down na this city boy movement abụrụ obele ego Peter Obi nke bụ eziokwu and ngwa gị na a convince be mụ ngwa gị that na ha batabe nya na ha gwabe mụ sị m I should name my offer na Legas because they don't tell me and mụ ọgwa vive ngwa afa so any day unu pụta wee fụ m ka m na-ekwu about APC na support ive ha na-eme mana m analụgo ego and anwụ m iyi that I can never and I will never na m ga-emenata ive the right ego ne ka fa ga-enye m oke kpata gịta ewele 50 million naira nye 50 million naira divided by 2,200 ma nche gbagote the money to England ebe anọ is around 22,000 pounds. That 22,000 pounds egote dim semi-detached or standing alone 5-bedroom duplex in this country. So if that 20-something thousand bakati aka before you know you talk. Nsi no ka nweli yakoba ka nweli ya libo lili. Die ga man no naka one month oguna. Yotana. So it's of no use. You nwere isi. Enwego ndị bulu the bulk money. Enwego ndị enye the bulk money. Yotago so ha na-eke serious money. So Peter Obi, amarom your plan. Ekwubugo m eva before. And I'm still repeating it again. Ọ dị ka ịgbala nkịtị ife a na-emebi. Silent will not solve this issue. Amarom plan. Peter Obi ndị efo kịta bụ ahead of time ka fa na plan now. So next year get off you. So I don't know your plans. But all I know, I satisfy my conscience. I can never. So even the Okulogu Akata for future again, I can never and I will never support whatever I am. So no need. My offer. No need. Kaya pay for ya that neighbor amoku baliage. No need. Ngemenata what is right. Nigeria no na senken. Kandi woje wolo ngova no. Okay, I know together. Can make when if can make of no. So I am leave alone mbe. So Peter Obi, I don't know your plans. Aga bani yeni neketa won yendi content creators on Igbo. Nda feel already. Very soon keta onye obuna laptop. And onye obuna laptop man na lugo dia own share. But all I know is I can never, my platform, Igle Davidson, can never support this movement. That is all I have to say. So, Peter Obi, Ige Wogotaka, God ready, Ige Wogotaka by ready. Amarom ifun name.
Nonsense.
Nwebeli Hansen na no. Asino otu aka esi emi anon dad in charge. Even tina. So you need to reach out to people. You need to reach out. If I go on a piano bogo, governors, wealthy people slash the masses. Oh yeah, na piano. So give one, but the masses literally the money. And Nigeria can get that money. The man will jump. And Nigeria can get that money. Or 2031. That by this time again. 2031. Oh, no, gonna the alpha. More making a tachala 30%, Macramano na Diobodo. I'm waiting to go na Diobodo, na Nigeria. I have back a matachala the 30%. No one no dia fully. Kata dia fully. So I'm alone no more. If I eventually go. Peter Obi, Biko. Amabe mi yana amabe mogo awa flag biara amabe liye mandi ADC na meme ole ka ebe ni na just juicy oyi.
So you have heard him, you've heard this brother what he just said. You know, this is something we have been singing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sang this song. Mazi Simon Ekpa sang this song. Vrifo said, we will not participate in the election. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it that election of Peter Obi and Chukwuabaka was the last time. That was the last opportunity Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave Nigeria for anything that has to do with election. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go ahead and vote when it was Peter Obi and Atiku. That was the last opportunity. After that, no more. It was crossed. And Mazi Simon came on board. Before Peter Obi, he was shouting, don't participate, don't participate. They didn't hear. Today, you see the result now. All of a sudden, today, all of them are confessing. And today now, they don't have a choice only to go and collect money from Tinubu and support him. That is the only option that is left. Because he has already shown you, if you don't want to lose your business, you don't want to lose your properties, because some of you, most of you idiots, have properties outside your land. You don't even have anyone in your hometown. Everything that makes you who you are is in Yoruba land. So today you don't have any choice. You hear him confessing that all the billionaires you can think about, all of them, all, he didn't exempt anyone, they have all fallen to their city boy group. All of them are involved. Forget about the ones you see them online, like Obi Kubana, that everybody knows he's the online person. And his group. The men, all of them, those ones that are not come online, they have all jumped ship. I didn't say it, he just heard it from somebody. He himself, the person I talking, they consulted him also. Tell him, name your price. Okay, they play. Yeah, welcome, my beloved brother Christian. Thank you for joining. And my brother Coach.
Morning. You know, yeah, this brother. Well, I don't know. I hope my voice is coming out well. Maybe it's from the guy.
I hear you.
Okay, so the guy is just spewing deep stuff, right?
Yes.
Deep stuff. I can guarantee you. And the thing is that you don't follow behind a coward. In other words, how can I say it now? Like, you don't go to war, following behind a coward, somebody who is not worthy of it. Each is some mad job. What my point?
Exactly.
Like, as it is now, it's obvious to every Biafra, regardless which region of Biafra you are, that Nnamdi Kanu is a man you can stand behind.
Absolutely.
And go to war, and you know that he will fight to the bitter end. You know what? Peter Obi, everybody knows that Peter Obi, the Nigerian people gave him he won that election. They gave it to him.
Of course.
But he had no backbone. He didn't want to go through any you know what I mean? It's like he did not have the courage
to fight for his
bravery to stand up and to demand for what is what he has won, what the people have given to him. But rather he expected the people again to put their life on the line and die for him, and so that they can hand it over to him on a platter. This is what happened when we had Goodluck Jonathan. Igbo voted for Jonathan, almost 100%. Individual Igbo Biafra masses voted behind Jonathan. And they pay a big price. Some of our relatives paid a big price. Dora Akunyele, the lives of Dora Akunyele, they pay with their lives so dearly behind Jonathan. But guess what? For more than maybe 6 years, Jonathan was there. He did not have the courage to seize the moment and do the right thing. Because again, if you follow a coward to go to war, you will be the victim. And nobody is going to hear you cry. So what this brother have just said sums it up. Our people need to wake up. All these things you see Obi Kubana doing and many others, he just said it, that they contacted him to so many others. You know why? Because they will lose everything. And at the end, Tinubu will still, he is the president. The guy was able to knock you off, gain the power when he was not at the seat of power. How much more now that he's at the seat of power? Even though, like I always said, he's not Tinubu himself that is doing, but the Lagos boys, these Yoruba boys, and the caliphate that surrounds him, they are the one operating this whole thing. There's no way he has all the resources, unlimited resources to buy everything, buy everybody, all the judges, you know what I mean? So you can see it is playing out. So if you are going to be following Peter Obi, you are following him to your own doom, because he may, at the end, nothing may happen to him. He's a billionaire. P2B is a billionaire on his own right.
Yes.
So you are following him, you will pay the ultimate price. So the best option is for the Igbo Biafrans to know that this whole thing is it's like a lose-lose situation. Because if you collect money from Tinubu, including the masses that are going to be on YouTube, that are going to be paid all this little money here and there, maybe 1 million, 500,000, whatever, right? So at the end, you will eat it and it goes away, and your situation continues to degenerate. And after 2027, 30, 31, I suppose, you will hand over to if the country, God forbid though, that the country continues to stay in one piece, you will hand over to the caliphate. You know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No competition there. No debate about it.
Exactly. So you tell me, what do you stand to gain? Absolutely nothing. And the caliphate will even do worst, to including our business people, the Obi Kubanas, and so many other people, than Tinubu. They will suffer under Tinubu, because those ones will just tell them, look, all your business, all your wealth, whatever, scattered in Yoruba land in the north, they are now in our possession. You do what we want you to do, or you lose them. And they will do what the caliphate want them to do. So you see that the situation is very, very tenuous. And he said it all. He's just giving a kind of secret to people. He are just leaking information. Knowing to you that P2B is just wasting your time. Except, and I've said this some time ago, so that I said, except that if President Trump, for whatever reason, decides that they want to try him P2B, because President Trump has the power unimaginable. Well, I mean, humanly, power unimaginable. He can make P2B to become president if he chooses. But we don't know what they want, right? We don't know the route they want to go. My preferred route is that this whole thing doesn't make sense. Whether P2B or whatever, the best thing is divide the country. Let everybody go their separate ways. So, but aside that...
Let me put in one thing before you continue. How can Donald Trump be prepared to use P2B? A coward who cannot even visit the United States all this while that Donald Trump is there. Have you seen him speaking anything about Donald Trump or traveling to the United States? But if it were this Janjaweed that had this opportunity, they would be frequenting United States every day.
And you
see how they were frequenting United States.
And you know one thing, Trump does.
No, Obama was there. They were frequenting there. But how many times have you had people be?
And you know what?
Speak about Donald Trump. Go ahead.
And you know one thing, Brachus. Trump doesn't rock with cowards. You know that?
He doesn't. Exactly.
Trump, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Go there. Hello?
I can hear you.
Well, choosing Anu?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. I can hear you.
So my point is that Trump is not one to rock with coward. He detests them. He hates coward. If you don't show bravery, if you cannot stand up and fight, he doesn't. He will just ignore you. And P2B so far has shown that he's just like Jonathan. I'm telling you the truth. Everybody know the nature of Trump. So this is the thing. This is just how I see it. If he decides, but again, I'm not sure, because you know that even P2B becomes president, he doesn't have what it takes to do the right thing. You know, he will continue to cower or continue to pander to the caliphate. We've seen that already. Because if you show somebody whom you are, what you people should be able to that is what it is. So obviously, that is how I see it, that this whole Peter Obi business is just it's a waste of time. I don't know what people see in it, but I think it's just a waste of time. And for those who are collecting money from Tinubu, the Obi Kubanas and the rest of them, they are not also they're in no better position either, because at the end, you know, they will lose out. There's no two ways about it. Nigeria cannot hold. That's a fact. And when that happens, everybody's eyes go clear. You know. So obviously, there's something I wanted to say that is trending now. You know, well, yeah, okay, exactly. You know, the amalgamation of Nigeria that was given a century lifespan, right?
Yes.
Hello?
Go ahead,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Hello? Okay, yeah. The 100-year-old lifespan that was given is beginning to come out now that obviously what they have in that entity is expired entity is you know, and what do you do with expired product, expired stuff? What, anything that is expired is expired. There's no two ways about it, you know. So you chunk them, you shred them, you throw into the dustbin. That is what Nigeria is after 100. Now we also know that the British, if any such paper ever existed by now, they probably shredded it because they do not want you to see the light of day. But somehow, information will leak. It will come out somewhere because I've seen that there are people talking about it in U.S. Congress, that this experimentation called Nigeria was given a 1-year lifespan to play out, and that has long gone now since 2014. Right? Yes. Meaning that after that, if it's not working out, if people are not okay with it, they can sit back and decide if they want to go their separate ways. Because it was an experimentation. It's just not a viable nation. Everybody knows that it was a forced marriage, forceful amalgamation. So how can you allow that to continue? But I know that because of how it has now played out, it has become a winner takes it all scenario in Nigeria. So just like the British, then the politicians in all the regions, maybe it's even worse in our own place as Biafra, the Soludos of this world, the Hopus of the Omahi and the rest of them, they will not want such paper or such discussion to see the light of day, because they've seen Nigeria now as their milk and honey, where they can continue to exhibit their wealth and show you the difference, the disparity between them and the rest of us. So you see what I mean? But it's good that these things are coming out. And I think, I don't know if it was Riley Moore they said that brought that issue to light, that look, this country is due for either extermination or rearrangement in whatever shape or form, because those that have forcefully created it, this is the condition they gave. So it's important that people talk about it. There's no solution. There's no two ways about Nigeria. It's disintegration. Everybody go their separate way. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Very important. Coach Hooks, are you there? Unmute yourself, Coach Hooks. Let's hear you. Coach Hooks, are you there? Are you free? If you're free, unmute yourself, Coach Hooks. Let's hear you. If you're not free, we can continue until when you are ready. You can now come in. And today I'm not going to spend much time. Maybe I will have less than 30 minutes now before I leave, because I have an appointment to attend. In less than 30 minutes, I will be off the program. So just as I'm saying, as we are discussing, my brother Christian had just pointed a very important fact, and these things are things we have been singing like song for a very long time.
Yeah.
These are things we have been singing like music. If you go and check the program of Mazi Nnamdi from 2011, you will see this information. Go and check my program on the Biafra channel that I started broadcasting far back in King David page. Go there, you see program that I posted since 2014, 2013. You will see things that are there. We have been speaking about this amalgamation issue. When this amalgamation expired in 2014, the whole internet was on fire. Mazi Nnamdi was in the front line. Every one of us was talking about it. It has expired, it has expired, it has expired. We mention it, we pronounce it, we talk about it. They put it on the dustbin and they hide it and pretend it's not happening. Today,
yeah, because of their benefit.
Because of their benefit.
Yeah.
Because of their benefit. Today, look at where we are. Just imagine this revelation this our brother made. What that brother said there is something that is very, very plain and open for everybody to understand. But sometimes our people close their eyes and pretend that this is not happening, but it is happening.
Yeah.
Since every single destruction that our people are facing today in Lagos and other places is because of P2P election. The burning of shops, the massive demolition that is happening is because of P2B election. Tell me, where have you seen P2B making a case or speaking boldly about this very destruction? The only time he came out was when his own in-law, is it his uncle or his in-law?
When he affected, exactly, when he affected him directly.
He came out on national TV and he went there by himself to speak.
That tells you everything about whom he is.
Exactly. Selfish interest. In all this market, how many markets has he visited? All this market, which of the market has he visited? Go and donate money.
I remember.
Where has he gone?
Mazi, this message need to get to every Biafran, every woman, that you are following a man that is going to lead to your destruction. There's only one way to go, that is Biafra. Nothing more, nothing less. Because P2B doesn't care. You see, he has continued to exhibit this selfishness. Whenever he comes up, you can see clearly whom he is. We saw it. Everybody saw it when he was affected directly by the Nigeria. When Nigeria happened to him directly, he came out and speak. But there are people, even as far as not too long ago, in Lagos, that what they call the British House or whatever, people, goods, and lives were lost. P2B did not come out. He did not say nothing. He did nothing. Only when he affects him. And that's why he handled the money for the Anambra people. Instead of using it to do the right thing, he put it in his own bank, the bank where he was the CEO or director or whatever. You see the nature of the man. So our people, again, these messages need to get to everybody. Wake up now before it's too late. You are following the wrong man. He has nothing for you. Absolutely nothing. And he will not even get there. He won't get it. So stay away. Let us.
Cowards. Who said that? Somebody that said it in their synod that cowards don't deserve to have power.
Exactly. Yeah.
One of them told him, cowards cannot be. You can't get president in Nigeria as a coward. You cannot.
Yeah. So for the Obi Kubana and the rest of them, what they are doing now is to protect their interest, their business interest.
Exactly. The man just explained it, and that is what they are doing.
Yeah. Because nobody is coming to save them, their business. But
they are scared. They cannot come and join us in this struggle. They can't.
Of course, they will lose. They will lose.
Their businesses. That one will be a direct attack to their business.
Exactly.
I have seen somebody within that range who can display that boldness.
Yeah, they will be different. Exactly. Yeah.
You can imagine people who have political power who can protect them is not protecting them. Then, in their business, imagine now that they deviate and begin to talk about Biafra. You imagine what will happen to them. Yeah.
Imagine Tinubu's son who can't invent or produce nothing, absolutely nothing, coming to give marching order. Handing over to Obi Kubana. So this is the problem. So, but for us as Biafrans, we must know that even though these guys, they are following in the footsteps, they are falling in line, they still not a winning strategy. The winning strategy is Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. Biafra is the winning strategy. So we must continue. No matter the wherever faction or whatever you believe, is Biafra, nothing more, nothing less, my brother. How do you?
It is not a winning strategy because even after they have done what they are doing now, after Tinubu has won, I bet you they will still come after every single one of them.
100%.
Every single one of them, they know their capacity, they know how well they are, they know the kind of this is they enjoy. And after Tinubu, you know that the gender way that are coming next after Tinubu, they will deal with all of them, even after they have Tinubu has taken over. Because they know that even these people cannot control their masses. They know.
Yeah.
They are only going to use the money to maneuver. You see what they did. They have already rejected the transfer of electronic transfer of vote from the polling booth. They have rejected it from the Senate. So the rigging is very clear. They will rig and they are going to get what they want.
It's already rigged. It rigged already before it starts. It's already rigged. And if you listen to that Fulani guy they call Professor Yusuf, I'm sure you know him, right? You've seen him.
Yes, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw his video explanation. It was yesterday. The things that was coming out of his mouth, you will know. You will definitely know that these people, they mean business. They truly, truly mean business in every way possible. the lies and the deceptions, the cover-up, all the terrorism, all geared towards Islamization and Flanization, they are all in it. And it's just a matter of time. God forbid, and Tinubu does this another second term in 2031, they will take over everybody. From the word of his mouth, the things this guy was saying, you will know that truly, I go on an clicker, my brother. Is Biafra nothing more, nothing less. Audible.
Thank you, my brother. Is that Coach Hughes? Are you there? Are you there, Coach Hughes?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mazi, and good morning, my
Morning,
brother.
Coach Sunday.
Good morning. And good morning, Biafrans all over the world. Mazi, this is the time that most of our brothers, some of these our brothers, most especially all these one Nigeria, this is the time for them to wake up. Because if you look at that message of our brother, one of our brother that you played before, that message that he dropped, that message is a wisdom message. But you not understand that message that he dropped, you're not going to understand it. Because that message good for everybody, just that it did not mention name. It did not mention name of everybody. Because this, what is the name of these boys? Name of these people that the Obi Kuban have been collected their chairman, I've been a speaker, I've been a what is that their name myself. Those people, every one of them, because the message is even clear self. Nobody is going to say that he don't know what Nigeria is talking about now. Because 2027, which is next year, this 2027 that we're talking about is not even far from now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is here. That forefront that you say we're going to be, that is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now. And he says that after he finished with Nigeria, that Nigeria is going to, the Nigerian name is going to disappear from air surface. He's doing exactly thing that he's saying, that he said. And he said we should not disappoint him. Some of our people, most especially, because we didn't even understand every one of them out there. We did not understand what every one of us and what every one of them are doing out there. If you know that you are not going to do anything, this is time for you to come out, go. She knows of come out from that route. She knows of in short, so that people that are going to take this movement that I'm talking about, so that they're going to fight it to the end. Because media is not one, is not two. They have played out there. It's just that people do not even know the one that is telling them truth and the one that is not telling them truth. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have made everything open for every one of us. For you to know your left and for you to know your right. This one Nigeria that we're talking about, Nigeria is a dead zone. Every one of them that are still waiting for 2027. Because 2027 we're going to swallow everybody. It's time for every one of us to rise up and focus for the freedom of Biafra. Because That is the only alternative. And even the world even know that Nigeria is a dead zone. Every day by day that if you wake up, there is no any day that you wake up from sleep that you are not going to hear killing, here or here. Because these people have even surrounded the whole Nigeria entirely. They are surrounded everywhere. There is no any place that you went to in Nigeria. In the whole 36 states of Nigeria, that you are not going to see one of them. What they are just waiting for now is just signal. And that signal, they're going to execute it in 2027. If our people do not want to rise up now, because 2027 is going to swallow everybody. Because they are just planning on that. Even this ADC that I've been talking about myself. ADC, if you check the caliber of men that surrender themselves in that ADC, you are going to know that it's the same people. And the same people where they ADC and then they this ADC. It's just because they have Canadian government have focused their eyes on that PDP and APC. They wanted to change their face to another party. Because if you take those people that are there, they are just the same people. They just want to carry on that name. They just want to wear on that clothes to complete their mission. 2027 we're not going to favor anybody. It's only Biafra. That is the only hope that every one of us have now. And the time is now for every one of us to rise up and support the movement that we are fighting for. Thank you, Mazi. Let me stop here for now.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution, my brother. We must continue to do what we have to do. Let's hear from Apostle Stephen. Apostle Stephen, go on, unmute yourself. Talk to us.
Yeah. Good morning. I don't know whether I'm coming clear.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, Apostle Stephen. Apostle Stephen, did you receive the number I sent to you the other day? Did you receive it?
The number? No.
Yeah.
No, I did not receive any number.
Oh, I thought the other day when you wrote me a private message that she sent the number, contact, I sent the number. And I was expecting to hear from you. I didn't hear from you.
There's a time I wrote. There's a time I wrote to you. Yes. There's a time I wrote to you. Yes, but I have not received a number.
Yeah, I replied you that day on the private message. I reply you. I don't know why you didn't get it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The point that I want to say this is that coupled with standing on the prophecy as a coach touched on it. I am standing on it because Nnamdi Kanu has given it as a prophecy that this issue of Nigeria existence is that if there will be a Nigeria after Buhari, that a person that will take over is Tinubu, and naturally in the realm of the spirit there's nothing like Nigeria anymore. It's just that the world empire has not come and see. They're no obvious. It is obvious, but they have not come to act as they're supposed to have acted. So in this issue of all this nonsense they are doing, this one Nigeria is still on the P2B and the rest of them. Sometimes when I look at them, I pity. I feel like feeling shame at being an Igbo man, because I don't see how a person knows the truth and you choose to invest in something that is completely zero. A man called P2B, give him the credit of a businessman But one thing about the investment in business is that you don't invest in the business that you know that it can never produce. He can never produce. As a good businessman he is, I give him that credit. But the P2B that is a good businessman have chosen to invest in a long business. In long business that even if he try from now to tomorrow, he cannot materialize. Is it the people that believe in one Nigeria? There are many Biafrans that still believe in one Nigeria, like P2B, like Obi Kubana, them. All of them believe in one Nigeria, but none of them will rise up to stand up as one Nigeria to make Nigeria, even to Nigeria, to work, because it is obvious that Nigeria will never work. It is obvious that Nigeria will never work. But I cry when I remember that some people are living their life like they have another planet after this world. There's some people are living their life that like after this life they are living, they will still go to another world and still start living and enjoying their money. Whenever I remember the misplace of priority of Igbo man, I say, God have mercy. These people are completely useless and foolish, because I don't know how a person like Obi Kubana, is it for you to, what are you protecting that you can't stand in truth? You have crossed 50 years. You have crossed 50 years. How many years that still remain with you that you will enjoy? I normally say it. If they have told this man called Ifa Yuba that by today, that the election that passed in Anambra State, that he will not be allowed, Ifa Yuba will never believe it. Yes. If he tell Ifa Yuba that the very day he rose up to gather the Anambra boys, tell them if he sees something, say something, and call pump action and gift every one of them, in order to discredit what Nnamdi Kanu has revealed to the whole Nigeria. It's not only Biafra, because Nnamdi Kanu call is to liberate mankind. Nnamdi Kanu call was to liberate the West Africa. Nnamdi Kanu call is even to liberate Europeans because of evil that have been cooked and planned. And that is why the whole, because the man has revealed the secret. But if this man come out as a Ifa Yuba came action and give young youth, and many people he gave compaction, now all of them are coming out and complaining that they did not pay them. So them, if they have told the Ifa Yuba that he will never stand in that election, he will not believe it. He will try to make his way right, pay his way, but he did not know. He was doing that and Buga as a senator in the Senate House of Nigeria, and he continued because and the people that Nigeria is the capital city of poverty, and you are proud to stand to say you are senate, you are billionaire in Nigeria, where is the capital city of poverty of the whole world. It's not in Africa, it's the whole world. You are poverty capital of the, upon you have all the resources. So all these things they are doing it. And my prayer is this, let me say this, everybody that is listening and all the panelists that are listening, my prayer is that as they try, they will continue failing. They try, they will continue failing. There is no way that this man called P2B will be able to invest. If he like, let him invest all the money he has. Tunumbu have captured the Nigeria in fraudulent nation, that after Senate have sit and deliberated on something they want to do that will make them to have free and fair election, and they have appointed committee that will see it through, and they brought it together, and after they have what the House of Representatives say yes is what this committee say yes. But in the time of passing the bill, in the time of passing it into law, the Senate President of Babio stand and they sit down in his office and change it, and so that it will be on their own plan, the way their plan is, so that they will be able to rig election. And he tell me that these people call themselves senators will still sit there and they come and give press release like Abaribe. All of them are doing more you look, less you see. All of them are singing the same song. There is nothing you will tell me that Senate will sit down, something that will be as a law in Nigeria to govern the whole city, govern the whole, even generation unborn will come and meet it. He will tell me that they will sit down and deliberated on it, and the one that stand as a Senate president will change it. He will manipulate what you people pass as a bill, and you people will sit down in the same place as are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
And you will sit down in that place as a senator in the same place. And what are you saying? The people that call themselves one Nigeria, everybody, things go on. There is nothing. Now they have passed the bill. Do you think Nigeria youth will do anything? Nnamdi Kanu call Nigeria youth. Say Nigeria youth to rise up. Hold the same momentum you hold in the time of NSAS. That is what he said. Nigeria government carry it and put on his head. Said that he's encouraging them. He sent the IPOB. He sent the IPOB to come and begin to bomb things in Lagos. Wow, how can a person in London, even if Nnamdi Kanu is the one that sent people to go and bomb, it means that Nnamdi Kanu is stronger than Nigeria, and it has confirmed that Nnamdi Kanu is stronger than Nigeria government. That he can sit down in his office in London and make a statement. The whole youth will stand up. So this is an issue. Then now they have passed the bill. Are you going to see any youth to rise up? Nigeria is gone, and it's gone forever. And all those people are messing up and shouting all up and down. P2B, they have already explained to you how they will rig the election. There's nothing like free and fair election in Nigeria. Anytime there's free and fair election in Nigeria, I will tell you that that country has come to breathe a fresh air. It seems like they want to change, they want to rebuild. But this, as I am saying, I am telling you now, City Boy movement and a man like Obi Kubana, who has already fought, who has already started building his business from scratch. You are not a politician from day one. You started building your business from scratch, and you reach this level, and you want to join City Foolish movement, and you join it. Can you imagine? So can the word they gave you to begin to become the coordinator? What a mess and what a misplace of priority. In fact, Nnamdi Kanu, I hate you. I hate you, Nnamdi Kanu, because I hate you because you did not supposed to be fighting for this generation. He did not supposed to even suffering what you are suffering. He's supposed to even leave it at all. That is the only thing I will say. How can this man be like this? That he will rise up and begin to defend the people that do not have sense. These people did not have sense at all. These people did not have sense at all. This generation is a generation that is useless from A to Z. Nigeria government, Nigeria youth, they will come out to go and get your PVC. Your PVC will help you. Go and get it now, and let me see how you people will vote, and it will work. And they will come and give you people 20,000, some 5,000, some 10,000. So from 10,000 that is 5,000 that is not enough for me to eat a plate of food that is good in Nigeria, and you'll be able to sit down and decide to vote a man called Tinubu, a man you know. See how they are pushing him. See how they are pushing him. See how they are pushing him, but Nigeria youth will support him. Nigeria youth will support him because of 100,000. Nigeria youth will support them because of 500,000 or 50,000, or even a drink will make you to support. It means that you have reserved your future. You don't have future at all. There's no future in Nigeria. Let me say it like this: there's no future in Nigeria. Nigeria is gone. And P2B, there's nothing you will do. You will succeed. You will never succeed. I am praying for you. My prayer that you should not succeed. You have a brain to make Biafra land to work. You have a brain to make Biafra to be actualized. You are going to Indonesia. You are going to different countries. Help use this momentum you have, this connection you have. Let the whole world be able to put you in the Guinness Book of Record as a man that fought for his people. Do you think that Otumegwu will be forgotten in the haste? Nobody will forget that man. Nobody will forget Simon Ekpa. Nobody will forget Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody will forget those in the media that is shouting. Even as God must remember everyone that have been speaking for humanity, for liberation of Biafra land. There's no way, there's no two ways about it. And I continue declaring that Biafra must come in our own time. No matter how they turn it, no matter how they do it, 2027 shall be their D-Day. It shall be the time of obituary of Nigeria. Completely obituary. This must scatter. This must come to an end. It must come to an end. Finish point in 2027. I read my mic. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. Please, if you have Biro there, can you take down my number? You can send me a message after the program. Last time I sent it, okay. You didn't get it. So I will call the number. You can just put it down. Send me a message on WhatsApp after the program. Just WhatsApp only.
Okay.
Plus
I called the number.
Plus 44.
Yes.
78.
Plus 44.
Yeah. 786.
Plus 44. Plus 44 786.
Yeah. 439.
439.
7169.
7169.
Yes, correct. So
okay,
you
sir.
can send me a message later so that I can reach back to you. Last time you recorded.
Okay, sir.
Max asked me to give you his number. So when I get your message, I can be able to send the number to you.
Okay.
So I appreciate everyone that have been with us. Today, I have an appointment that I'm going to catch up with. As I said before, we cannot spend much time today. Hopefully by tomorrow, we are going to continue on this topic because it's a very important topic that touches all of us. Tomorrow, we are going to continue on it. And before we leave now, I would like to give everyone one more minute. Let's start with our brother Christian. Bro Christian, I know maybe you are always at work. If you're free now, maybe you go first.
Yeah, Brachus, I'm not at work. I'm going to finance or to buy around there. But also, just be round up for your appointment because I know you wonder you always here almost every day. Appointment. Udo di Biafra will be realized in the name of Chukwuka. Thank you so much, and every panelist. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Christian. I will still be back in the evening, hopefully. My evening program will still hold. So if you are here now, we will still continue in this discussion in the evening. When I come back, we will continue on the discussion. So Coach Hooks, give us your closing remark. Coach Hooks, just within a minute, give us your closing remark. Make it as fast as you can.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Mazi, and thank you, our brothers and sisters, both those in the comment section and everybody in the platform. Today is another day, and we should just remember that tomorrow is our fundraising. Everybody should come out and do what we know how to do, because that is what the enemy wanted to plant in our midst, so that we cannot be able to fund our government again. That's the reason why they continue to that divide and rule that Mazi and they cannot talk about. They continue to plant that seed in our midst. We should continue to resist it anytime. And the time is now. You come out and do the needful. God will bless everybody. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you so much, my brother Coach. I appreciate you for your support constantly and your dedication and commitment to the cause of Biafra. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. My brother Bro Maxwell, Bro Maxwell, it's a pity we cannot spend more time today. I'm just running to catch up an appointment, but I'm going to be back in the evening. Hopefully, if you have time in the evening, you can join us. But before we leave, give us your submission and we'll end up with that. Bro Maxwell, are you there? Bro
Yes,
Max,
Mazi. Yes, Mazi Chicks, I'm here. Good morning. It's quite a pity that I came late. The topic today was so huge and very interesting, very inciting. But the only thing I would like to tell my people is this: there is no hope in Nigeria.
No.
You have no hope in Nigeria. No matter, Nigeria is falling apart. I will send you a video from my prophet, David Kinlio. You see, this year, within 2-3 months to come, you will see the kind of pressure that is going to come. United Kingdom will be praying for Nigeria to destabilize, to divide. I'm telling you, because there is nothing. Nigeria is a killing ground. Your government cannot protect you. The same government you've been shouting, a new Nigeria is possible. Where is the new Nigeria possible? Where is it coming from? Since 1960, they got independence. 1963, they become a republic. This nation cannot fend itself, cannot protect their own citizens. And you think, you Biafrans, you have hope in this British construct, British farm? You will not. Britain is only happy for what they are getting. That is the reason why they want that country to be together. There is hope. I am here to tell you, as you okay, that there is hope in Biafra. There is hope in what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started. There is hope in what, despite that they have kidnapped him and jailed him, there is hope in what Simon Ekpa, continued, and there is hope in the DPM, United States of Biafra, as you declared in Finland. Come down, make sure that you are on the right path. Whosoever that is fighting in different ways, he or she deems fit, do it diligently, and Chukwu Okike Abiyama will make you succeed. If Biafra comes from you, I will rejoice with you. If Biafra comes from Mazi Chuks, I will rejoice with him, which allow their shenanigans, their power play in Nigeria to affect you. We have an ideology. We have our target, and that target is to make sure that the United States of Biafra, the freedom of the Biafran people, is recognized worldwide. That should be our target. And be happy with the developments that is happening in Nigeria today. I would have loved to say more, but there is no time. Mazi Chuks, thank you so much. And may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to bless you every time you come out to preach this gospel. May God and your time never be a waste. Thank you so much. And my people in the comment section, I love you all. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, my brother Max. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that have been with us on this program today, wherever you are joining from. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will protect all of us. I pray for our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect them, secure them, give them long life in the land of the living, give them strength to continue to fight this battle for us, give them that strength to continue to lead us until we get to the destination. Protect them, secure them, give them good health, give them revelations, and we must continue until we get to our promised land. Thank you so much for watching. See you again later in the evening. Stay blessed. Bye-bye, everybody. Remember, see you.
Don't follow for Kota. Them say Tinubu don't follow for Kota. Tinubu don't follow for Kota. They want to take it, that's the chop of our head. Senate House fall and the criminals, country military fall and the terrorists, injustice, on motor shop forget law for inside court, Kangaroo Republic at the government, Abubakar Malami don't fall for Kota. Him and EFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for Kota. Because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. Hingo matching Boko boys, matching terrorists. As the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. Ineki don't fall for Kota. Them making Nigerians see one die for suffer.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
God,